Hey guys, welcome back to the Brick Corner. Today we are going to be doing the first Lego set comparison on the channel, and we are going to be comparing the two Anakin's Jedi Starfighter sets. So on this side we have the Lego Star Wars Anakin's Jedi Starfighter set number 7669 with 153 pieces, and this set was released in 2008. And on the other side here we have set number 75214 with 247 pieces, so a nearly 100 piece difference. And this set was released in 2018. As you can see, both have Anakin Skywalker and R2-D2 as the minifigures. So let's get right into the comparison, starting with the minifigures. So here are all the minifigures right here. On the left two we have the 2008 versions, and on the right two we have the 2018 versions. So let's start by comparing the R2-D2s. So as you can see right here that on the 2018 version, the printing on the dome can come down a lot further, so technology improved there. And also the dome piece itself is silver, while this one on the 2008 version is white with a little bit of silver printing right there. We can also see that the blues are a little bit darker on this newer version, both on the body and on the dome part. No back printing or leg printing on either one. You can see that on this version, if you look towards the bottom right here on these two panels, this one has some bolder outlining, black outlining, and this has some more finer lines, different shades of gray. As you can see, this one's a little bit more metallic than this one, and this one has some blue stripes, black stripes, and just a bunch of different colors and more colors right here. As you can see here, this is also blue and gray, and this one is just gray and black. So there is some major improvements on the print for this one. There's also three black lines up here and only two for this one. So I think that the better of the R2-D2s will definitely have to go to the 2018 version if you just look at them. This is nostalgic and classic and all, but this is just a way better improvement, and I don't see how much more they can improve on this R2-D2 other than maybe giving it a third leg. That would be nice. Kind of just like a retractable one. I would wonder how they do that. Maybe they're working on it, maybe they're not. Maybe they think, this is just a perfect design and we'll keep it, but I digress. Looking at the two Anakin minifigures, right off the bat you can see that the lightsaber shades are different, which I would not have expected. This one right here on the 2000, well there goes his hair, I guess. On the 2008 version, as you can see, this is a little bit more translucent and a little bit more of a turquoise, while this one is definitely foggier and is more of a blue color. And the hilt, as you can see, this one's shiny, and this one is just plain old gray right there. The way the lightsabers here, we'll look at the minifigures themselves. Starting off with the hair, you can see that they are basically the same hair mold, kind of the same flow to them and how they come down like that. As you can see, there are some minor differences, like the angles or the endpoints aren't as sharp on this one as this one. Just some minor changes to the molding. And also, I guess you could say more detail on this. The lines are deeper in the kind of, I guess you could say the texture of it is a lot more pronounced than the older version. You can especially see that with this kind of chunk of hair that's coming down across the face. This is definitely a lot more defined on this minifigure than on this minifigure. And looking at the faces, obviously this 2008 version is the classic Clone Wars face, and this one is just more of an Episode 3, maybe even Clone Wars face, kind of interchangeable. So this one is a little bit more forgiving for fans that don't really want to see the big bug eyes. Personally, I like the Clone Wars face look, but a lot of people don't, and I understand that. So I guess Lego is just trying to appease everybody, because I don't think people who watch the Clone Wars mind if they don't really choose this face. Focusing on this one more though, as you can see, there is a headpiece to it, and the eyes are a lot smaller, and the mouth is a lot smaller than this one. As you can see, and this one has way more cheekbone definition versus this one. And unlike the 2008 one, the 2018 one has a second face. This is kind of like evil Anakin. This one has nothing, as you can see there. And so that has two faces, which definitely gives it some points on which one is better. Looking at the print, obviously the 2018 version will be a whole lot better. Both have that kind of armor chunk at the top, but then the robes are a little bit, you can see these lines are a lot lighter, And on this one, this 2018 one, they're very hard to see. Try to get it for you guys, zoom in on it. But there are some small brown line details right there, as well as a belt, which is a lot thinner than this one right here, also a lot lighter and more detailing on that as well. And this is where the huge changes come. There's no leg printing on this, on the 2008 minifigure, and there's leg printing on the 2018. And there's also back printing on the 2018 versus the 2018 one, which doesn't have any back printing. Also, you can see the browns are different shades. This one's the 2018 version is darker. So I think that the hair keeps popping off of this. Unfortunately, the 2008 version is a set that was used that I bought on eBay, so that hair piece is a little bit loose, but that's okay. I'd have to say that the 2018 version definitely takes the cake on this one because of just the superior design, superior details, and that just kind of just boils down to improvements on technology that LEGO has to make those finer details just possible. So now let's move on to the ships. So right off the bat, as you can see, the 2018 version only has a dark gray and a yellow versus 2008 version, which has dark gray, light gray, and yellow. Also, the yellow kind of carries further up into this portion versus here, which doesn't, and also this chunk, this kind of middle chunk here, is a lot thicker on the 2008 version versus the 2018 version. Also, you can see stud shooters as the weapons of on either side of the wing there. I must have accidentally fired that one off. And these are just kind of Technic bits right here. And I guess the playability feature that is equivalent to the stud shooters are these two flick fire missiles on the bottom. As you can see, these have green on them, so it's going to be shooting green out of it, and this has blue coming out of it, so different colors, which is a little bit shocking. Moving up, the wings, as you can see, there's a Republic insignia on either side right there. This one's a sticker, and this one is printed, so you can also tell that this is a base white tile, and this is a base black tile. More detailing on the back of the wing here, just some more tiles on the back portion right here versus just kind of a wing plate right there, and more grilling on the back as well. Same on the other side. Unlike the 2008 version, in place of the Republic insignia, the 2018 version has put a square tile on to the other side versus the other side that doesn't do anything with the other wing. Looking into the R2-D2 slot here, as you can see, there's a one-stud connection, which gives it a nice firm grip when you're swooshing it around, and this one doesn't. It has a mechanism which allows it to shoot R2-D2 out like an ejection thing, and so that's some added playability to that. I'll show you guys how that works right now. So if it's flying and there's this little bit right here on the back, this blue thing, and if you push that in, R2-D2 will kind of go flying. Unfortunately, this thing is hard to reset once you've accidentally fired it off. And also, as you can see, my main gripe with this set is that the landing gear sucks. So yeah, it kind of works, it kind of doesn't. It's an iffy playability feature. I think it's easier to do with two hands, most definitely. So this thing doesn't kind of stay in when you're doing it upside down. You see it kind of falls out a little bit. And on the other one, you just stick him right in there, and he is super secure. He will not be going anywhere at all. As you can see, he didn't move at all there. So that's the R2-D2 slot. As you can see, some stickers right there, versus on here it doesn't have any stickers. There are stickers up here versus none over here. There's also, this is curved to add more curvature to the ship, and this is just flat. Moving to the back, the wing, we'll skip the cockpit and look at the cockpit later. The wing here is a lot thicker than on this one. This is just a flag. This is bigger, but this is thicker. The Republic insignias on either side, but this one's a little bit further back versus this one. Looking at the engines, this has green thrust coming out of it versus this one, which has zero thrust coming out of it. And looking at how the wings are attached down here, there's Technic bits that connect it right there versus this, which just has hinge plates. And we'll look at the landing gear while down here. This has 3 points of contact, which allows it to stay up nice if you're pushing it around, but unfortunately, because these landing gear don't go full 90 degrees, if you just put a little bit of pressure on it, boom, that collapses, versus this one, which has 2 points of contact, but this does have a 90-degree angle, so if you push on it, it's really not going anywhere. So two kind of different, this one solves the issue of it kind of tipping with only 2 points of contact, but then this one solves the issue of it when you're pushing down, it doesn't go anywhere. Also, if you look at the mid body of like the mid part or the body part of the ship, this is a lot thicker, and when you have both of these in hand, the newer version feels a lot heavier, and I think that's where the extra 100 pieces kind of comes into play there. Looking into the cockpit, we have this special, zoom in on that special cockpit piece right there, that control panel, 4-stud connection, and a little bit of a backrest, and as you can see right through the cockpit, which is something you cannot do on this one. It's completely sealed up in there, and there's no backrest on this set, which they definitely could have, fit right into there, but I don't know why they didn't do it. Oh well. Looking at the cockpit piece itself, this one is on a hinge, as you can see, and this one is just when you take off. I'm sorry if you keep seeing the landing gear giving out. I can't really do anything about it. That's just what happens, and it's extremely frustrating. On the bottom of this newer one, there is a little clip for the lightsaber to go under there so you don't lose it while you're playing with it and having Anakin in the cockpit, versus this one, which doesn't have anything, so you're probably going to lose this. So that's more points to the newer version. But that's basically it for the sets. I definitely have to, for the ships themselves, I definitely have to give it to the newer Anakin's Jedi Starfighter, just because the design is so much better. Structurally, it feels a lot more robust in hand versus this one, which just kind of cracks under pressure, I guess you could say. And also the Technic bits inside of it give it that kind of added strength. So I think altogether the winner will have to go, let me get the boxes out here, the winner will have to go all around to the 2018 set. So if you are deciding whether you should get the 2008 or the 2018 version, definitely go for the 2018 version. I think it's just, again, the minifigures are better, updated prints, the updated design, it's a lot stronger, you can swoosh it around, and, while this one does have the playability feature of having that R2-D2 ejection point, as you can see, it doesn't really work that well. It's finicky, and I don't think it's that added that much, and I think that's why they took it out of this one, because they realized that, it just wasn't that good of a design, and they probably couldn't have found a better design. So I definitely go with this one. There'll be a link in the description to my Amazon affiliate if you want to buy this. Help support the channel. It's just a click for you, but every little bit adds up for us, for me, and that'll go to me, make it easier for me to make more content for you guys. So I greatly appreciate it if you decide to buy the set to use that Amazon affiliate link. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys all later. Bye.